Hey everybody, it's Cam here. Today I'm going to do something completely different. Instead of doing a book review, I'm going to review episode 1 of the new live action One Piece show on Netflix. Unlike my book reviews, which are spoiler free, this will contain plenty of spoilers and we'll talk about the entire first episode. I figure it's only an hour long, so you can watch the episode yourself and then watch this and see if your thoughts align with mine. Let me know what you think. So I have never read the manga. I haven't watched the TV shows as well, the animated ones. So this is all brand new for me. But my wife and I watched the first episode together, and I was just blown away with how much I enjoyed it. I apologize if it doesn't stay true to the original or even the animated show. Brandon Sanderson said that the creator actually enjoys this first season as well. I haven't backed that up with an independent verification, but he generally seems to have his stuff correct. So with that rambling out of the way, we start off with the very opening scene. It's a cool panoramic view of a whole bunch of ships in a harbor. What looks like your standard town that you're going to see in like Pirates of the Caribbean or any of those other movies like that about the age of pirates. They are on a scaffolding, and we see a pirate named Gold Roger who is about to be executed. They ask him if he has any last words. He tells everyone that they should be free, go out and try to find his treasure, which is called the One Piece. Apparently he was king of the pirates, and so right as they execute him with spears to the back, hundreds of pirates just run out of the town that they're in, hop in their ships, and then we go to a cutscene at the beginning where it says we're 22 years later, and we see the main character. He is in a ship that is about to sink. And when I say ship, it's more like a tiny little boat. But he's got supplies, and he's up on a monologue where he says he's going to be king of the pirates. While I have never watched the manga, I did look up some what the characters are supposed to look like. Felt like he looks like a really good character for being Luffy. He is skinny, wiry. He has a straw hat and a sleeveless red shirt with your standard pantaloons, right? They're real short. He kind of seems like he's going to be a ridiculous character right there from the very beginning. As his ship is sinking, he throws a barrel of fish that he's got, sardines, out, and then gets himself into the barrel and goes off. Then we jump ahead a little bit. We see a pirate battle. The pirate captain, her name is Alvita. She's really ridiculous. She wants to talk about how she's the most powerful pirate out in the seas, and she carries this big mace. I thought it was really fun that her ship has just like a giant, we're talking look like it's like 30 foot long, like a giant bird beak is the prow of her ship. She carries around a mace that she is killing people with that looks kind of like an evil duck. It's got like ruby eyes. It really shows and sets us up that it's going to be, kind of like both whimsical on one hand with Luffy, and then also going to have lots of action and fight scenes when we go right there to Alvita. Then we jump back and forth. We kind of see why Luffy wants to become a pirate. We find out that he was just an orphan from what it appears to be this first episode. And he is really enthralled by a pirate crew led by a pirate captain named Shanks, who seems to be like a really good pirate. He helps Luffy out a couple of times in this first episode. Then we meet Koby. We're at night now, and Koby is on Alvita's ship. He's the cabin boy. He's basically a slave. And I'm serious. To me, he looks like a blonde-haired Harry Potter. He is a teenager from what I can tell. He's got the big glasses, a ridiculous haircut. He's wearing a white and blue, it looks like a t-shirt. Anyways, he is kind of ridiculous. He's like fearful and everything. Well, then he ends up talking with Luffy. There are some cutscenes go back and forth. But in this, we kind of find out that Luffy sees pirates as free and as a way to, for freedom and adventure. And he sees pirates as good people. Koby, who has been abused by Alvita and her crew, sees pirates as scum. So we're going to see a divergence right there in Luffy's, clearly his worldview and Koby's are different when it comes to pirates. This is where the next scene just shocked me. I was not expecting Luffy to have a superpower. It turns out that Luffy is made of rubber, and he can literally stretch his entire body like those like 1980s toys, the Stretch Armstrong toys, right? And at one point, he ends up defeating Alvita by having like his arm goes way back, like 40 feet back, and goes forward real fast like a bullet and knocks Alvita off of her ship. Did not expect that. Real out of nowhere for me. I was definitely amused. I was like, oh, what the hell's going on here? Well, luckily we see another flashback scene here pretty quick after that, telling us what happened. Apparently he ate a devil fruit, the gum variety. I'm guessing there's going to be different varieties based off of the fact that he says his was a gum, which made him rubber. Then we're going to jump ahead real quick to a scene with a samurai-looking swordsman, Roronoa Zoro. He is like slender, kind of looks like he could be a Yakuza. He's got 3 samurai swords, 2 black ones and a white one. He is looks like he's sitting at a shrine. It's dark. He's on an island, and this other guy comes up behind him and tells him that he wants him to join their Assassin's Guild. Zoro declines his offer. They tell him that he's going to have to be killed for doing that. Then we get to see like that he's obviously an amazing swordsman as he kills this other guy. Once again, we see some blood. We see like the body cut in half, but then it cuts off real quick. So there is some violence and some gore, but it's not. It doesn't seem like it's going to be like gratuitous. The next scene, we're with Koby and Luffy, and they're on a rowboat. And Luffy is telling Koby that, he wants to be a pirate. He asks what Koby's dream is, and Koby says it's to be a Marine. And then they also are going to go to this Marine base because Koby tells Luffy that they're going to need a pirate map in order to go to the Grand Line, where this pirate treasure is supposed to be hidden. So then we jump into a third character that looks like she's going to be important. She is red-haired. She's mysterious. She is on a rowboat. She's pretending like she's about to die of thirst. She gets up next to these 2 pirates in a little pirate skiff, and they jump onto her ship. It looks like they have nefarious ideas. She pretends like she's trying to protect a treasure, so both the pirates get onto her ship. While they're looking to try to open the treasure chest, she jumps onto her ship. They find out that there is no treasure, and she sails off and says, "Good luck, boys." Clearly, she's a little bit smarter. She's mysterious. We don't get her name right off the bat. We will find out that her name is Nami by the end of the episode, but we certainly don't know who she is yet. The next scene, we're going to be at a restaurant. All 4 of the characters are there. Zoro comes into the bar restaurant with that body in a sack over his shoulder. Then we see Luffy and Koby eating. Luffy just keeps asking for all the food. Nami, the mysterious redhead, she knocks out a Marine who's about her size and takes his outfit, and Zoro gets into a bar fight. He ends up being restrained by the Marines, and he gets taken to the Marine captain, who's called Captain Morgan. He has an axe for a hand. It's really ridiculous, right? He's got like statues and paintings of himself in his big old office, and you can tell that that this is going to be both whimsical and I don't know. I just got like an awesome mix between like silliness and seriousness in this first episode. You know what? I don't even remember the last time I enjoyed the first episode of a show the way that I've enjoyed this one. I can kind of go back and think of like Game of Thrones, where I was like, man, this is really awesome. I had read those books though, and I was really happy that the show was really faithful to the source material. And like I said, I can't tell you whether it is faithful or not, because clearly I haven't read any of the manga. And so that's something that, maybe those of you who are watching this who have read the manga, you could comment and tell me whether you feel like this first episode is faithful or not. I know that I've had some issues with the Wheel of Time, which is my absolute favorite book series. I've either read or listened to it on audiobook like 10 times now, and I didn't like some of the changes they made in terms of, like, I felt like they made changes just to make changes. So, but as far as just, as a show right now, this first episode, I really enjoyed that. We're going to have another fight scene, when Luffy, he ends up helping out Zoro, and then also runs into Nami while they're all in the base, the Marine base. They do manage to steal that map after like a crazy fight scene. This is where also both the fight with Alvita and now a little bit more so even with the Captain Morgan, the axe hand, you get to see that like the heroes seem to be a lot more powerful than just the average person. So clearly the poor Marines and seamen and pirates that are not named people, seems like they're going to have a rough go of things, and lots of them will either be hurt or die. I'm pretty sure that that's how the rest of the things look like they're shaping up to go to. I found it personally to be really enjoyable, but I don't know, maybe some people don't like that as much. Then at the very end of the episode, we see a couple of things. One, we see that they're in like clearly a Marine ship with the Marines with their ridiculous uniforms. Like this Marine ship looks to be like huge and formidable. And they have we have a big snail that looks like a telephone, and he's able to communicate from his ship to the Marine base with Captain Morgan, who tells him that they've been attacked by a Straw Hat pirate, which looks like we're going to get a name from there. And the Marine commandant or Marine captain, it looks like he's enjoying himself. Then we also, at the very end, we see what looks like a circus scene, and another pirate captain, I'm guessing, that looks like a evil clown. So clearly there's going to be like a lot of ridiculousness. Kind of like my final thoughts here. I really enjoyed the mix between like being whimsical. Luffy seems ridiculous, lighthearted. He basically seems like he's not going to take anything serious. Even when he's fighting, he's got a smile on his face. And he just seems to think that being a pirate is just an adventure no matter what. Versus like then we have Alvita, who is like she's killing people and she wants to be mean and powerful, but it's still like ridiculous and whimsical on her ship with her like between her mace, it looks like a duck beak with rubies, and her ship's prow that has like a 30-foot long like replication of that. Then you have, the axe hand. I mean, he's got like a huge oversized axe on his hand. And when he's fighting, he's knocking people like 40 feet away, right? It just feels to me like I really like that whole like boss fight, scene, thing that's going to happen from what appears, at least in this first one, right? He has 2 boss fights already. I don't know. I just felt like it was fun and had heart. And I feel like Luffy, he's kind of a ridiculous character right now. He can go either way, but he already seems to like want to help everyone and be awesome. Zoro seems like a cool character, right? He's like that cool, swordsman that you expect. He's wearing like a suit. Then Nami, she's mysterious. I'm sure that we're not supposed to trust her. She looks like she's got ulterior motives and plans, but at the moment she's on board with Zoro and Nami. But at the moment she's on board with Zoro and Luffy. And then Koby. I don't know what to say about Koby. He kind of looks like Harry Potter, or maybe Elliot Page wearing a Harry Potter wig with glasses. Real soulful look. He's a real small guy. He seems really earnest, whereas Luffy seems carefree. They kind of almost seem like they're going to be foils to each other. I don't know. That seems kind of ridiculous. But I don't know. It's just, it was funny to me. Honestly, I just had a great time. Whether the material is faithful or not, I just had fun while I was watching this episode. I'm looking forward to watching every episode, and as long as I don't lose subscribers for doing these reviews, I'm going to plan on doing all 8 of this first season. I will still do all my normal book reviews. I promise that I'm not going to let these take the place of those. I'll probably try to put one of these out a week. If you guys enjoy them, please let me know. Please like and subscribe. If these end up taking off and they do well, then maybe I'll do something else as well, maybe like The Witcher or something like that. We'll see. I've watched the first 2 seasons of Witcher, and I was actually just getting ready to watch season 3 with my wife today. But I probably would be happy to go back and redo those, or just anything else. If you guys enjoy something, go ahead and leave a comment if you have something else you think would be great. Also, leave your own thoughts on what you think of this episode, and what you think of whether it's accurate or not, and if you enjoy the style that it's done in. I hope you all enjoyed the episode, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thanks.